To demonstrate how the Book Now and Pay Later functionality works, I'm going to take you into a Blueberry example school here, and we're going to find either an event or a club or a wraparound that we can book. I'm going to pick my school's breakfast club, and I'm going to use the calendar to make some bookings for one of my children. Okay, so let's just say that I want some bookings here in November. So I'm going to pick the dates that I want to book. So I've booked three there, and as you can see, the total for this will be £15. I now have the option to either book and pay now or later. So with now, it would take me to a checkout and I would pay. If I press book and pay later, however, it doesn't charge me now, but it does make the booking. So as you can see, those bookings have been made. Okay. If I now go to this page at the top of the page, which is called My Payments, you'll be able to see the transactions that I've made previously. So this works a bit like a ledger. Payments are shown as well later, but at the moment it's just what I've booked. So you get an invoice for all of your bookings. And as you can see, I owe £15. Now, one of the purposes of this functionality would be that I can pay this off in installments. So I can, book months worth of childcare and then pay it off, across 3 months or something like that in thirds, perhaps, or pay it off just later. So I have the option now to make a payment, and I can choose what payment to make. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a payment of, say, £5. Okay. So once you do that, it takes you through to the payment gateway settings. I'm just going to pop in a test card. This is not a real bank card. And something like that. And when I press pay, as you can see, it's going to charge me £5 and it will have deducted that amount here. So I've had £5 paid towards my account and I only owe 10 now. Okay, so it's very straightforward. What will happen is at the end of every month, the payment will be sent an email with a statement that will explain what you've booked and what you've paid and what's remaining. But there's no pressure put on to pay because, of course, parents might actually be waiting for childcare vouchers or tax-free credit or similar to pay with. So it's just going to remind parents what they're due to pay. Now look at this from the school's perspective. If I search for my wraparounds and go into this breakfast club, I'm just going to show you how I turned this on. So there's a feature here called Turn on Book Now and Pay Later. So if this is on, schools are allowing parents to use it, and parents can be limited. What I mean by that is, first of all, you can choose which parents are allowed to see and use this functionality. And more than that, there'll be a limit and a sort of overdue capacity or credit limit that parents can be limited by. Okay. But just to go back to the top of the page, if I now go to this finance page, all of the payments that have been made by parents are going to be shown here so you can see who's paid what. Okay. And if I go to the debtors page, you can see the debt that's owed to the school. Now, as you can see, these are the parents who owe some money. What we can do is we can go back into Jonathan Wilson, who's the parent we were using a moment ago, and we can apply some vouchers and we can see his transactions. So first of all, it's totaling the amount that all the parents owe me. I can then click on a parent, and as you'll have been made familiar in the last part of this demo, it's showing me the parent's transaction page here. It's reminding me with the red banner at the top that I'm logged in as the parent. So this is what the parent sees, but there are some more features. So for example, I'm allowed to now add a voucher or a credit. So if I press add voucher, I can give this voucher a name. So this is going to be tax credit. And then I'm going to make it £6.50 and something like that. I'll just spell that properly. Okay, so as you can see now, there's been a further credit added to this parent's account, so they only owe £3.50 when they next log in. So the school can be applying vouchers as they're made aware of them, if needs be. Parents will be able to play by their tax-free childcare balance as well. And if for any reason you need to credit, you can. There'll also be a refund button here soon, okay? So you can apply credits to this also if, for example, a parent booked and then didn't use it and you decided to refund the money, okay? So I hope that all makes sense. Once I'm finished here, just go back to my admin area. You can see now that Jonathan doesn't owe 10, he only owes £3.50. Okay.